Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's another of your favorite podcast episodes, Too Much to Handle. I am Billy the Kid. I'm here with my ace, my main motherfucker, AO. What's up, dog?
What up, buddy? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. It's good to be back. It's we got a lot of things to chat about.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a long week or so. It's like sometimes it's like really quick, like we do a show, and sometimes it feels really long. I think this is like episode 6 now, right?
Yeah, this is
somewhere
episode
around
6.
Fucking 6.
And a lot of stuff's been going on in between.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we got so much shit to talk about. I don't think we're gonna cover it in one episode, but that's all right. We can carry it over. Because I am done trying to drop fucking dates on each episode because just too much shit happens in our lives for us to constrict it to 1 week. So, and that's fine. We can roll with it because it's all quality shit. So that's fine.
Yeah, it's not only just the weekend. It's the week. There's a lot of shit during the week.
Oh, it's definitely not the weekend. Yeah. No, it's not like we're not doing a weekend update. We're doing a week update. But as everyone knows.
Yeah.
We like to start this motherfucker by hitting you up with the... We got to figure out what's up with the AO dating scene, dog. So how'd it go? Like either weekday, weekend, what's up? What's cracking?
Well, I'm not sure where we left off, but what's that saying? When it rains, it pours.
Oh, shit. Is it raining pussy up in this motherfucker for you?
I wouldn't even say that.
Oh, come on.
But it's raining.
It's an unfiltered show. You can talk.
But it's raining
well,
attention.
The song is Raining Men, so you don't want to fucking say that.
No.
Raining women.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's raining. It's raining like communication. Like not only the dating sites. It's like work. It's going out to the shopping centers. It's even just going out to have a beer with a friend. It's a lot of scenarios that I feel like my vibe's kicking.
Oh shit! Well, the holidays are coming.
It's
so they
the
gotta
holidays.
Get ready.
We're going to right now. We're ending the summer. Right now, it's going into the fall season.
Well, yeah,
the Halloween's coming. The girls are dressing up all good.
Women don't want to be alone for holidays. Come on, they gotta start throwing chum out there now.
I had some girl wanted to that I was talking to. We were talking about already. She already proposed a couple Halloween costumes.
See what I'm saying? Oh,
and
gotta have a man at the Halloween party. Otherwise, you look like a hoe. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, she was proposing me as going as most.
No,
what's the Dos Equis guy?
Okay.
She wants to put me on.
If you're saying that, is this the same lady who wanted to go to the?
No.
Who was it? The concert?
No, not the Luis Miguel.
Louis Miguel.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I didn't mean. This is someone I met up with. I met up with some cool girls that don't actually have kids and that are ambitious and
well, let's clarify. You can have kids and be ambitious.
Correct. I'm sorry. They're just
that sounded kind of shitty.
My bad. They're just young ambitious that haven't had kids yet and haven't been married, so it's
okay.
They're naive, I guess.
Is that even an option for you at 42, like to possibly have kids?
What do you mean by that? My grandfather, he was 40.
It's 2018.
Yeah.
Get a grip.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, do you still have any intention of having children?
I don't know. I'm
not saying you can't.
I think so.
It's a lot easier for men, unfortunately, than it is for women.
I think I'm hitting a stage that I want to potentially.
I mean, it's.
I want to have a little Anthony Jr., but
men's play in reproduction is a very minor aspect of reproduction.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the rules to that. If it happens, it happens. If it's not, it doesn't. But I wouldn't mind a little. Did you ever have a little kid?
No, but my point is no. I have a 16-year-old kid.
Would you ever want a kid still?
At my age, no. Of course not.
Yeah.
No, the health risk, for my wife and I is way too extreme. I don't want a kid to come out with a fucking flipper and one eyeball in the middle of his forehead.
Plus, you're going to be like,
we got to put him in a fucking
when it's
fish
6 year
tank
old,
half his life.
You're in a
fucking fin.
You're in a wheelchair saying, "Oh, no, I understand."
No,
There's
I'm just
an
saying,
age.
I don't want to. There's certain health risks with having children at in your 40s, and I just don't think it's
okay.
worth the risk.
So to go back to the dating, I am noticing that somehow I'm attracting ladies in the mid 30s, like in the 33 to 34
that's when
range.
they start hitting pre-cougardom. You know, because what happens, what I've noticed is women in their 20s, mid to late 20s, you know, date a, you know, a group of guys or whatever, and then if nothing happens, they get into their 30s and they're like, oh, fuck guys, and then they hang out with their girlfriends for a couple years, and they sit at home and drink wine all the time and watch stupid Netflix shows
And then
and all
they
that
get
shit.
in their ways,
And then all of a sudden they're 34,
career-oriented.
35, and they're like, fuck,
shit.
I need a dude because I only have, you know, the biological clock is ticking strong at 33, 34. So they're like, oh shit, if I'm going to do this, I got to do this now. So
Whatever's triggering them to like attract me right now.
well, you're a handsome young man. You've got, you know, obviously you have a good job. This is a great show. You're well, you know, you're put together well. You're
All right.
well spoken.
You think I'm well spoken?
See, I'm playing wingman still for you. Just
You
in case.
are on the show, and if the ladies hear this, you just know that I'm trying to find the right one. So don't
hesitate.
Yeah, there we go.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate to find out.
Bring it.
No, but it's been really cool. I've been going on some cool places, checking out some spots. And even just going out with a couple friends, just trying to find out where the ladies are at. I think I told you I was coming back from LA. I stopped by. I was coming down the 5, hit the Del Mar racetracks because we were at Kaboo
Right.
this
We'll
weekend.
get into that shortly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, from what I understand, there's a racetrack season, and then there's a concert season with the racetracks, and then there's the Kaboo. So there's like concerts going on pretty much the whole summer, and then right next door on the coast, there's the Brigantine.
Yep.
And I've
Yeah,
been
but
there.
even when the track's not going on, the Brigantine, that you want to talk about cougar rating? That is cougar fucking central, bro. Because you're right there on the coast. You're right between Del Mar, Solana Beach,
Rancho
you
Bernardo,
got
Carmel
all
Valley.
Rancho Santa Fe.
People are coming from North County all the way down.
Yeah, because there's nothing out in the
there's
boonies
nothing
there.
up
They
there.
gotta all come and congregate there. That's one of the meccas for middle-aged partiers. You know what I mean? Like,
So I just
that
learned
happy
that
hour
tonight,
is
and
on point.
I stopped by a Tuesday happy hour, and it's interesting because, again, we're talking about X amount of age. Let's say 35 to 50, right?
Absolutely.
And we're talking Paul's there, and we're talking.
Okay, so on the cougar rating, what'd you give it tonight? Is that a 4?
No,
you give it
it's
a solid
it's
4.
That's a solid 4. That's prime time at La Jolla, at Encinitas, Solana Beach,
Del Mar,
Del Mar, Oceanside,
Rancho Santa Fe.
everywhere up that coast.
Carmel Mountain.
It's the congregation. From what I learned, I went in there for my first time for a happy hour today, and I was getting the
That was your
lowdown.
first happy hour
Yeah.
at Del Mar Brig. Oh man,
And
you've been missing out, buddy.
I had to come tonight and talk tonight, and I didn't get a chance to. It was starting to get good right at the 7:30 point, and it was. You saw a lot of ladies with rings. It's interesting. I was like, do they go out there?
No, they just go out there to well, you know, people do go to bars to just have drinks and eat and hang out with their friends. They don't all go there to get
With
laid.
agendas? Do ladies
Not
have
everyone. Well, yeah, single ladies.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, some married ladies and some married men. Like, that's beside the point. But there's, like, trust me, if you kept going there, like our age, you will hook up with someone there. Like,
That's what they were
fucking
talking about. So the lady
guaranteed.
I was next to, she's giving me the lowdown, and she's even rating the place. She's saying if I was out of 5 stars, she's giving it 5 stars. So I'm giving it 4 stars in our
four-paw rating.
I give her she was a cougar, maybe 2.5 paw, and the 2.5 paw is giving a 4.5 paw to what's going on there. And she was even talking about all the little clicks going on. This person's been with this person. I'm like getting it all right there. Yeah.
Oh, so you got to hit. Yeah, so there's a regular scene there that you've got to
Completely.
tap into.
every Tuesday, and I just felt like a fish.
You got to
out of
learn
water.
the dirt on who's who in there, right?
Yeah, and it was beautiful because I took pictures of the Del Mar fairgrounds from the patio.
Oh, it's killer, and
just-
vice versa. Like, I have a bunch of photos from being at Kaboo, looking to the west.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kaboo, might as well get into that. We spent the weekend at Kaboo, and for those of you who haven't been,
Yeah, we both did. You went Friday
go.
and Sunday, and I went Saturday.
Yep. Friday, I saw a little bit of the Foo Fighters, and then I did this silent DJ thing with my family because I was there with my wife and daughter and 2 nieces, and then one of my daughter's friends was there as well. And if you haven't seen or are familiar with what a silent DJ is, you walk
I'm
into
not
a
familiar.
big. Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay, so what it is you walk into a big, huge area, and it just happened to be outside on the paddock.
Okay.
When you walk in, you grab a set of headphones, wireless headphones.
Really?
Put them on. Now, what happens is there's a DJ playing, and you can only hear the music on the headphones. So when you take the headphones off, it's fucking silent. And
I
there'll be
kind of like that because
there'll
it
be
puts you in
500
your,
to
it puts your
1,000
own
people
world.
there.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't make any noise. So you can have these silent DJ parties in warehouses and not make a fucking peep of noise.
But does it make? Are they wireless?
They're
type?
wireless
Okay,
and
good.
they
so you
crank.
can move, yeah.
And
So it's
yeah,
this
so
is
there
pretty
was.
great idea. Actually,
It's actually a really, really good idea if you have a large group of
Interesting.
people. So it's catching on. I know it's going on in like kind of rave kind of scene as well.
I have a cousin. He's very famous DJ. His name's Oscar the Grouch. He's been one of the pioneers for the jungle bass industry. He plays at Nocturnal for the last. I mean, they pioneered this. If anyone looks at it, Oscar the Grouch. That's my cousin, jungle and bass. But it's interesting that type of music.
Where does he DJ? What
He
in
did
San Diego or LA or?
he's one of the OGs, so he just comes out for the big nocturnals and all the big shows.
What is Nocturnal?
Oh, it's one of the big EDM shows that they have at Glen Helen. It's
Oh, you lost me at EDM. I don't.
yeah.
I don't
So
fuck
it's
with that shit.
what's probably the music that I'm assuming that people are just kind of just getting into.
Yeah, well, this one had a little bit of that shit, but then they mixed in like classic rock. So that was the only time you heard people. That's because people would be singing out loud to
That's
the
what
music.
I was gonna say.
So
It's
that
either
part
something
was kinda
repetitive,
cool.
boom, 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 or something that.
Yeah, no, they were
People
playing music
like
that
to
people
fall
knew.
in.
It was clever. I will say that it was clever, and it was fun watching my kid and my nieces have such a good time. And
I
my
think
wife,
it'd be a
like,
good people watcher.
dancing and stuff. It was a
environment.
great people watcher. But
So who is just?
So Friday
it was a
we-
DJ. Just play this shit.
yeah, it was late Friday night. They started like 10:30, 11, and they can go. They're like the last gig at Kaboo because they can play late because they're not making any noise. You know what I'm saying?
Just before you get into my Saturday, let me ask you: was there any highlights on Friday?
Well, that's what I was getting into. Friday, we had, aside from all the other bands playing, like I was there with a buddy of mine. He and I just kind of walked around. My wife and the kids, they went and did their thing because they wanted to see all the hip hop bands and all that kind of shit. And you can miss me with that. So we went and we also had passes to the Corporate Hideaway Bar, which is on the very top floor of the grandstand on the west side, right at the Sunset Deck. So it overlooked the Sunset Stage, where first it was Halsey and then Foo Fighters, like at the end of the night. So we were up there, but it was free food and drink. So of course we hung
So
out
you
there.
get all you. Just for our listeners, it was cool. We got sponsored this weekend to go out and check out this show.
Yeah, totally.
And along with the sponsorship, we got free passes for a 3-day weekend. But Billy had a little bit better passes where he can get free food, free drinks. And
yeah,
he
well,
kinda,
it pays to discover. Anyway, so Saturday, I couldn't go Saturday, had a prior obligation. Saturday, you went, AO.
Yeah,
And
I-
who did you see on Saturday?
it started out with the Wailers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw it wasn't Bob Marley. It wasn't. I think it was someone from his family member, and he really killed it, bro.
Hey, let me ask you this. Now, they call it Kaboo, but you went on Saturday afternoon. Do you think maybe they should call it Kaboob?
Kaboob.
Because there's lots of boobs every fucking where
Dude,
there.
I was blown away from the time I parked, from the time I walked in.
I mean,
From
you couldn't
every-
ask for a better weekend weather.
And the
right? It
weather was
like
great.
fucking 84 degrees, sunny, beautiful, light breeze. Like, it was perfect out. But there were
and the
T&A
traffic wasn't
everywhere.
and the
Holy
traffic
shit.
wasn't crazy. It was just the perfect environment. I know
No,
the
it's
drinks
not
were a little
bad.
overpriced, just like everywhere else, but I guess that helps people stay moderate.
Well, that's what's cool about Kaboo itself is the fact that it's so expensive to get in. It keeps the fucking riffraff out. You know, when it's like $160 to $180 a day, and then that's before it sells out. After it
that-
sells out, you're paying.
My
Dude, I
parking
saw
was
tickets-
$50.
Yeah, parking's $50. I paid $50 on my motorcycle
Yeah.
on Friday night, but with the tickets being that much, like I gave a ticket to a buddy of mine for Sunday, and he was trying to look up the schedule of bands, and it went on to like a StubHub kind of site, and they were going for up to $440.
Yeah, you told me that.
For Sunday. I couldn't believe it.
So I saw the Whalers. Started out with that. I saw Better Than Ezra before that. That was all right. And then I know. And then after that there was STP. But
That's who was.
It was their new
singer. Okay.
And
Any good?
Yeah, dude. I cover Cracker Man. I cover a couple other songs, and this guy rocked it. He didn't have the style and the exact moves of Scott Weiland, and who could.
But did he sound similar to him, or was it just like, are they just in a whole new direction?
No, he killed it. I mean, they have a new album too. Sounds like Scott Weiland, even their new songs.
Really?
In their new songs, and they were killer. Okay, it was interesting because obviously STP is
Is what?
and they're the Cougars or the Pauls type environment. So they're bringing the older people from 35.
Oh, I'm sure there was a ton of rocker chicks at that one. You
35
kidding me?
plus.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
in front of me, I had these cutest chicks that were like probably in their 20s, and they just didn't know who that was, but they were enjoying. They were like, "My dad loves this stuff."
Yeah, exactly.
And they're looking at me
You're
like,
"Fuck, I'm as old as your dad, son of a bitch."
Yeah, and I was like, "That's not me."
Yeah, no, it's fucking weird. Well, it's funny you mentioned band with a new singer, because I went on Sunday, and one of my highlights from Sunday, and like my biggest fucking
Really?
the
Biggest.
most excited I
I
was
know you're
about
gonna
this whole
say
weekend
Alice Chains?
was seeing Alice in Chains.
They're your
And
shit.
I had not seen them live with the new singer.
Yeah.
And I have to say,
He's badass.
he is fucking killer.
Yeah.
If any of you guys haven't seen it, I posted them. I
Oh,
have
yeah,
them
you-
on our.
you did
I have
post
them
some
on
stuff
our
from,
Facebook page. I posted some videos so people could hear them a little bit. Blown away. They were fucking amazing, and there were so many people there. Like you were saying, there were so many people there that didn't know Alice in Chains, that were just
Really?
there and not really making a lot of noise. We were a little in the back, not too far back, like
There was,
right
like,
by
the
the
beach
sound
area?
guys and
Yeah.
stuff. No, they weren't on that stage. They were
Oh, the main stage?
they were in the stage by the parking lot, closest to the street.
Okay, they were in the main stage.
Yeah, the Grand MGM stage or whatever the fuck it was. Anyway, there was several times when even Jerry Cantrell was like, "Come on, San Diego, make some noise, blah blah."
Really?
Like, we're up here playing music.
No way.
I felt bad. Like, fuck, they're killing it too. Like their
So
their
you're
set
saying-
list was fucking rad.
You're
Like,
saying they weren't getting it. The crowd wasn't getting it.
some of the crowd wasn't getting it. Like, there was a lot of youngsters there. That
Billy
just
Idol
weren't
was
getting
there
It.
on my day, and I felt the same way, and I didn't really like
Well, fuck him. Like, who wants to see that moany shit anyway? Like, come on.
Everyone wants, so it's a love day for white wedding.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I did when it came out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you still rock it when that MTV commercial comes on. Yeah, the
MTV
lips
commercial.
or video.
Yeah, when it came out in '80 fucking 3.
You still do
like,
the lip
yeah.
snarl.
Oh, the lip thing. I could never do the lip thing. Anyway, so make a long story short.
It was a great weekend. We were
Too
blessed.
much to handle. We got fucking hooked up. Thank you, Kaboo.
You
Thank
saw
you,
you even saw Katy Perry.
Thank you, Kaboo sponsorships. Sunday night. Well, Sunday the girls had a cabana on Saturday and Sunday, hooked up. So Sunday after Alice in Chains and after hanging out at the corporate hideaway bar again and drinking our face off, we made it down to hang out with the girls at the cabana. And yes, Katy Perry played. I did post a picture of me and my buddy Josh eating, and because he said the funniest fucking thing, like, we're dreading it. Like, who the fuck wants to see Katy Perry? Not us. The girls are watching it, but
Hey,
we're sitting there, and we got the end of the food that the girls had in the cabana. There was like some
There's
fajitas
pictures
or
of Billy
tacos.
dancing.
Fuck you. There's not. Anyway, Josh looks at me and we're like chowing because we haven't eaten all day, and he's like, Katy Perry's way better with fajitas. And I was like, yes, that is fucking hilarious. So anyway, yeah, we chowed, suffered through the Katy Perry, and then we got out of there. But we had a cabana, so it was cool. Own bathrooms.
So Alice in Chains was a highlight for Sunday for you.
Oh, by far. They were fucking great.
So what do you think about the lineup? They had Food Fighters, I would say, and then
The lineup's great every year. This is the third year of it, and I've gone every year, and it's fucking great.
when they have 311 there, that's when it fucking happens. That's when
Well,
the party
that's-
happens.
You can miss me with that
They
shit.
were
but
there. Well, they'll be there next year, and we'll make it happen.
The only thing I'm bummed I miss, and to be honest with you, it's because I was kind of half in the bag and forgot. After Alice in Chains, I fucking missed Robert Plant.
Oh, I heard. Yeah,
And I heard he did like 7 Zeppelin songs. Fuck.
And they had some. They had some areas where they had comedians also there.
Yeah, they had a comedy. It was in
Pauly
a pavilion.
Shore was there.
Kevin Nealon was there.
Whitney Cummings, she was on Chelsea.
Yeah. Whitney was there.
I saw
she was
one.
there Saturday. So I
Yeah,
missed
Saturday.
that one.
Yeah, so it was cool. They had a good variety of merchandise, beer. I thought honestly, okay, so I had never been to Coachella. You said the weather was great. Let's give it a rating, bro. What would you say? Like for San Diego, it's pretty fucking tight at the Del Mar tracks. I really enjoyed it.
There's no way to rate it. I already said it's fucking awesome. It's
I never been there.
Great show.
I'm
It's a great weekend. Like it's good on all aspects. It's good if you're a single dude wanting to get laid because there's 8 million chicks there. It's good if you want to see good music because there's fucking 8 million great bands there.
If you want to take a date,
the food is fantastic. It's a great place to bring a date. There's bars everywhere. It's not like going to a lot of music events where you have to go into a garden, a beer garden, or any of that.
Right.
And they have full cocktails everywhere. They have whiskey stands,
and they had
tequila bars,
local band area
Modelo
too.
stands. They have side stages. It's really, when you really think about it, it's really worth the money per day if you can get a ticket ahead of time and buy a weekend pass for like, I think it's like $360 or $370 for the weekend pass. It's really worth it. And hang on, to further your point, you can bring a date there because, like I was saying earlier, people pay. The tickets are so expensive, it totally weeds out the fucking riffraff.
Yeah, you can have a good day.
Super safe. Like we had our kids there and set them free. I mean, they're teenagers, but 16, 17, and not a worry at all.
It's weird. I had that vibe too, and that was refreshing.
Security's tight. It's enclosed. Like there's nothing to worry about.
And it's fucking by Del Mar, the fucking ocean right there.
Oh, dude, I have so many photos. Well, I'm sure you saw a bunch of my photos that I posted online from that sunset deck at that corporate bar. But goddamn, I mean, you're right there on the ocean. It's beautiful. It's a good time. It's good shit. So let's stop talking about Kaboo because I'm already thinking about.
Wait, would you call it Kaboob?
Yeah, Kaboob. I think on Too Much to Handle, we're just gonna go ahead and call it Kaboo from now on. In fact, where's my pen? I'm adding a B to the Kaboo right now on my notes. This is Kaboob from now on.
And we mean that in the most we're like marketing geniuses.
Indeed, absolutely. I want to jump into a little bit of sports. I just have a couple things I want to talk about and get your opinion about. I'm really, obviously, insanely frustrated with the fucking roughing the passer flags. I'm sure you've seen Clay Matthews get tagged 3 fucking times in a row. Now, the first week,
you know
was
what's
his
funny?
fault, but
I know
the last 2, no, come on.
I know we're gonna get into this, but I know we're in the Green Bay fucking dungeon.
Well,
but
we are in the Green Bay Packers zone right now.
So it seems that we always highlight anything that goes wrong with your team. But I agree.
But it's not just my team, though.
Let's just use this as a staple.
Let me elaborate. It's not just Clay Matthews. It's happened to the Cowboys. It's happened to, I think, the Seahawks. It's happened to a bunch of teams. I mean, there's no way you can justify this new rule by. I mean, I understand with the tackling and not driving a quarterback to the ground and like pile driving him. Like I get that, and I understand the helmet to helmet stuff. I totally understand that. But these guys are making textbook tackles, and they're getting fucking penalized for it, and they're ruining the outcomes of games. Now, last week or 2 weeks ago, Clay Matthews sacked Kirk Cousins, fucking fair and square, helmet to the side. Just a textbook tackle right around the waistline, dropped him. On that play, Cousins threw an interception. It was game over.
Affect the results.
Game was over. And instead, they fucking threw the flag, gave Minnesota another chance. They capitalized on it, and we ended up in a fucking tie. Complete bullshit. This past weekend against the Redskins. Now, mind you, we were down, but Rodgers started getting hot in the second half, threw a 75-yard touchdown pass to Allison. We get the Washington gets the ball back. We stuff him. Matthews drills him fair and square again, head on, tackles him, helmet to the side, takes him to the ground. Sure,
Yeah.
part of his body lands on him. How do you tackle someone without part of your body landing on someone? He didn't drive him to the ground. He didn't pick him up and slam him. Yet one of the Washington guys picked up Rogers and fucking drilled his ass into the ground. No flag there.
It's
but
interesting because it's
I'm
all
not
about
gonna-
angle. It's like
I'm
it's
not
what the
gonna,
refs
you know,
see. We saw the
It's just
replays and we
fucking
saw it happen.
ridiculous, though. Like, come on, enough's enough. And it's not just.
So
I'm
it's
not
all
just
about
saying
protecting
Clay
the
Matthews.
quarterback right now.
I know, but they have a new rule in place about
Helmet to helmet.
no, it's not about helmet to helmet. These guys aren't hitting helmet to helmet. They're saying now you can't have most or all of your body weight land on a quarterback.
Oh,
How do you
shit.
tackle someone without any of your body weight on
Because
them?
you're trying to smush them.
Well,
you're trying to
you're
knock
running
their
at, but
ass.
you're running at him full speed, and if you hit him cleanly, no helmet to the side, arms around him, around his midsection, and tackle him to the ground.
Crush ribs if you go on them.
Well, you know what? Last time I checked, is fucking tackle football they're
I
playing.
understand that.
They're not playing flag football.
We're talking about
But
rule
if he's
change. I
not, but if he's
understand.
not driving him to the ground, like they say, like pick it up. Like I know the difference. I wrestled.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to pick
A
someone up and
slam,
drive him to the
yeah,
ground.
almost
but
like
if
a-
you're just running and a clean tackle, like you'd be tackling a running back or a fucking wide receiver, how is that any different? Like that's not. It's not fair. It's not fair to the defense.
So these plays and these new rules have interfered with the Packers
they've-
potentially
well,
winning.
it's not. I'm not trying to sound biased. It's not just the Packers. Of course, as usual, my team gets fucked all the time. But it's happened to other teams too, like several teams. You need to fix your microphone there, brother. It's happened. Okay, for example, the Miami Oakland game, guy tries to avoid all of that mess by hitting Carr and ends up tearing his own ACL by trying to pull the move on the side, which is like almost physically impossible.
I saw that Garoppolo
and he's out
too.
for the fucking year. Well, that's got nothing to do with it.
I know, but
this guy,
I'm
like-
showing you accidents that can. It doesn't matter what's happening. Things can happen by the wrong movements.
I know, but I'm just saying, like this guy's trying to adhere to this
Yeah, he's not-
bullshit
he's
rule,
trying to- and he
and now
hurts
he's
himself.
out for the season.
Yeah.
He'd be better off fucking drilling him, taking the 15-yard penalty, and still have a season in front of him.
And take the
It's
quarterback
just
out. They
fucking
know
bullshit.
quarterback with the season.
Well, it's not. These guys aren't putting malicious hits
So
out.
what
Though.
do you say
They're
are-
just tackling them.
What are they
They're
doing
not
different from
anything
before?
wrong.
They're hitting. Somehow we're more powerful. We're taking fucking quarterbacks out like we've never.
Well,
took
they
them out
have
before.
been. That's why this year they changed the rule, but they don't have the rule right. They
So what's
they
the right
needed
rule?
to take the helmet to helmet out, which they did.
Yeah.
These guys aren't doing that. A lot of these guys are making clean hits.
It's
These
hard.
guys have to be able to take hits.
I understand.
Like it's football. It's called sacking the quarterback. That's what when you line up on defense, you have one job:
It's a tough
get to
job.
the fucking ball
It's a tough
and
job
get to
as
the
a
ball
ref.
carrier.
It's a tough job as a ref.
I understand that, but these guys are fucking it up.
And this is a new thing, right? So like
Yeah.
a new. So
Yeah.
it's bound to like you're not gonna get.
I know, but
it's
it-
it's affecting anything. I know.
But
Probably the
this
ratings.
is something they needed to fix in preseason. They didn't.
Yeah,
and it's
it'll-
fucking everybody
it'll probably,
over.
It'll probably make the Green Bay Packers probably go like 0-12 or something.
How could they go 0-12 when they're
Oh, they
1-1?
won one. I'm sorry. They'll probably go 1-12. 1-1-12. That's what will happen because he'll blame everybody. It was the ref. I'm just joking. No, I agree. I feel you. I just wanted to fuck with you.
Do you know if I was Superman, I would have my red laser beam eyes melt him into a pile of ashes right now in front of me. How dare you say that when you're in the beloved Titletown fucking Packer Dome of a recording studio? How dare you?
I did it. I just wanted to. I hear what you're saying. I hope they figure that out. I hope.
It's a big hoopla.
'cause
They're going to figure it out.
But what's crazy about it is it fucks with your emotions. And
Well, it's not about fucking. It's fucking. What it's doing is it's fucking with fans of across the board. Like they're losing fans
so
in the NFL.
Do me a favor. I want you to, besides Green Bay, give me some other examples of this happening to other people that it's affecting their season.
I said that earlier. I said
What
it's,
other
it's
teams
happened.
specifically?
Dallas, Miami. I think there was a guy in Seattle that got hosed on one. Let me think.
But
There's
doesn't that
been
happen
there's been a
all-
handful
all,
of teams.
all week, but on
Not-
this particular play?
No, this is just on this particular thing. There's been these roughing the passer calls are out of control. We'll pick up with some more sports. I got one more
we got to
football
get back
thing.
to
I
the
wanna-
sports.
I want to talk a little bit more about some baseball when you get back. But for now, we will take a quick break.
A little half an hour segment. We'll come back.
Absolutely.
Always sponsors.
Yeah, our sponsor this week is Orion Solar Racking. They make solar installation simple for any of those people out there who need solar racking with lighting. Go look no further than Orion Solar Racking. You can reach them at 310-409-4616 or at www.orionsolarracking.com. Once again, that's www.orion, like O-R-I-O-N, solarracking.com.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We'll be back in just a flash.
Peace out.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Too Much to Handle. Back with Billy the Kid and the Mighty AO.
Back right in it.
Want to jump back in right where we left off with the sports thing. I know I bitched a little bit about the roughing the passer flags. Whatever. I'm going to drop it for now. The only other thing in the football world I want to talk about is, do you have any idea where Le'Veon Bell is going to end up? Like, apparently now the Steelers are actually considering trading him when they weren't earlier.
Do you mind prefacing the drama? And he's the best running back, one of the best running backs in the NFL, right?
Definitely.
So,
if not the best, one of the best running backs in football.
He hasn't re-signed, right?
No, he's still technically under contract for one more year, but he's trying to get an extension for big bucks, and they're not budging in Pittsburgh. So now, because he is not reported, and it's week 3 is in the books now.
They typically do
so
this.
Now they're considering trading him. So
they don't have to show up even though they're under contract?
Well, no, he gets fined every game, and
okay.
They get jacked. I think his fine is like $813,000 a game or some crazy shit like that.
Does he make more than not playing than playing?
Well, he's supposed to make like $14 million this year.
Okay, so yeah.
From what I gather, but he's trying to make big bucks. So, make long story short, some of the teams that were mentioned, of course, for him to land in, one was Green Bay, and I don't. Like, of course, who wouldn't want him there? But I just don't see our management making that move because our GM
is he big money?
We don't just pussy. Yeah, he's going to be big money. We would have to trade for him. We'd have to probably give up 1 or 2 number 1 draft picks that we have for next year. Another team that's been mentioned is the Jets. I know they've shown interest, and then there's a bunch of speculation about other teams like San Fran and
how many teams are in the NFL? What would you
32
rank,
teams.
And what would you rank them as the running backs?
Running back, where would I rank them?
Fantasy
I think
football league, is he your number 1 pick?
All day. Fantasy? Oh, he is the number 1 fantasy football running back when he plays. Yeah, I mean, he's useless right now to people because he's not playing, but he is, because not only what he does when he carries the ball, but when he catches the ball out of the backfield, he's fucking dynamic. He's
an all-purpose.
Awesome. Yeah, he's money. So I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of, my hands are in the air because people are asking me, because there's been speculation of him going to Green Bay, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know. I just don't see Brian Gutekunst making that move in Green Bay. I just don't see him doing it.
So you think he will get traded before the midseason right now?
Yeah, I actually do. Now that Pittsburgh is
so they're
welcoming some trade talks.
Yeah.
I think he
has value. He could be worth a trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
oh no, he's got mad. He's in his prime. He's like 27 years old. He's a fucking stud. Now would be the time.
What team would land him, and where do you see him going? Where's the rumors? Besides Green Bay.
Well, I told you the Jets and some other teams that have been in speculation are like the Niners and I think they said maybe the Dolphins. Just some random shit. But at this point, it's just speculation. It's just bullshit. So
I think when you're
know.
the best running back, he's doing a smart thing. I think he could, besides the money, why wouldn't he just want to land on a fucking fresh team that has a potential to, he could take.
Well, that's the thing.
Because he's been with the Steelers, and nothing against Steelers. They always make it to the playoffs. They got the Big Ben, but he's towards the end of his year. Yeah, they can get a new quarterback, but nothing against the East Coast, but look at the Rams, bro. Get
Yeah, but the Rams don't need a running back. They
No, I'm
got
just
they have arguably the second best running back in Todd Gurley.
What I'm trying to say is bring
So-
him to the West Coast and let's let the magic happen.
Yeah, but where in the West Coast? He doesn't.
He
They
can't
don't
go
need
to
him anywhere in the
Raiders.
West Coast. I mean, the Raiders are. They have Marshawn Lynch. They're not gonna trade for Le'Veon Bell. They just got 2-round draft picks for Khalil Mack. They can't afford to move those picks.
He's in a sticky situation with trade, with what's going on.
Yeah, so I mean, if I'm Le'Veon Bell, I mean, again, I know it's, as usual, going to sound biased, but Green Bay would be a very appetizing team for him, knowing you got Aaron Rodgers.
How many more years you got Aaron Rodgers? 2.
Oh, what? 2? He's not even 34 years old yet.
2 years.
We got him signed until he's 40 already.
What's wrong with you guys? It's like you guys,
okay. First of all, clearly people are realizing that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about when it comes to football now, so thank you. But even, let's say he did only have 2 years. You got to get someone like Le'Veon Bell.
All I know-
Although, but see, I'm still in love with Aaron Jones, our running back who's going to be playing now, coming off a suspension.
if anyone knows what Ohm's law is, and which that is resistance, there's a curve. There's like ups and downs.
Right.
I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers, you say he's 34. He signed to 40, bro. He's probably going to have, out of those years, probably half of them shitty, injured.
No,
So
not necessarily.
he was injured the last several years.
Just last year.
Yeah, he's gonna-
Yeah, that's it. But that's okay.
Okay, so we're talking about Le'Veon Bell. LeVar Bell?
Le'Veon.
Le'Veon
You
Bell?
don't even. Oh, you're killing me. So we're talking about Le'Veon Bell, and I'm not making it up. Like, Green Bay is one of the legitimate landing spots for him. It would just be whether or not
I hope he
our
plays just Green
management
Bay and
would.
just kills you guys. Just fucking figures it out. He needs to stay with that team and make it happen. Finish out his contract, have a killer year.
Oh, he's not going to play another snap for Pittsburgh. He's already said so. Like, that's not happening. He's done with the Steelers. So that's why I can't see Pittsburgh trading him to another team in the AFC, which would be competition, because Pittsburgh will probably be in the playoffs and be in the hunt. So it just makes more sense for them to trade him to the NFC. Do you see what I'm saying? To a team they're not going to have to face until potentially in a Super Bowl type type atmosphere. So
I hope they get a good trade for him.
well, we'll see. My luck, he'll end up as a fucking Jet, and fuck me, whatever. But again, I have lost faith in Aaron Jones. I think he's phenomenal. I think he is the future of our running back in Green Bay.
Hey,
but
we've been talking about football for the last couple.
I know. I'm done talking about
no,
football. 'cause
but
I'm
just
getting
real quick
pissed off.
before we end off with it, what's your thoughts so far? We're 3 games in, right? Are you loving the season?
No. The refs are fucking this season already for everybody. I'm not just
So-
talking about Green Bay. The refs are fucking a lot of teams with these new rules, and they're losing a lot of fans.
Okay.
Bro, I'm telling you,
That's
I
what
read all the.
That's what I want to get at. It's not
the
just what's
comments
going
and
on.
the Twitter feeds and everything. They're
'Cause-
losing a lot of people because of these new rule changes.
Because we used to live for football on Sundays. From the time we woke up at 10 a.m., boom, 1 o'clock game.
But they played tackle football then. They played like men. And I understand they have to prevent some of these helmet-to-helmet hits, but come on. You can't take away tackling
So
from
this is
football.
the first year of all the new rules.
The new roughing the passer bullshit, yeah. So anyway, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
It's not
we
UFC.
covered it. I do want to cover the last thing I want to cover in ball sports is
Your
I got to give my beloved Milwaukee Brewers props. Tonight they smoked the Cardinals 12-4, and not to mention the Pittsburgh Pirates. Thank you guys.
Hey, I'm a Dodger fan for all you
ass
guys.
on the Cubs. So we are now only a half a game back of the Cubs for the division with 5 games to go. And we've got one more game
It's 5
against the
games to go
Cards.
before the season's over?
And then we've got the Tigers at home in Milwaukee, where the Cubs have another game against Pittsburgh. And then they've got a series against the Cardinals, which is like their nemesis. So there's a legitimate chance that the Brewers can come back and win this division.
So you got an
My
exciting
fingers are
last couple
crossed.
games, yeah.
I'm fucking pumped.
Are they
My
in the
friends are
wild card?
pumped. Oh, we have the wild card pretty
So
much locked
they're
up.
in the playoffs.
We're going to make the playoffs.
And what are
But the thing
four
is, if we
times?
win the division, we have home field.
Yeah.
And if literally where we stand now, technically, if we won out and the Cubs lost one game, we would not only win the division, but we would have home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
What's the teams shaping out to be the four teams that go into the playoffs?
Right now the Cubs are technically by half a game above Milwaukee in the NL Central. Then you've got the Braves, and I believe the Dodgers are still in first place. But I know the D-backs are right nipping on their toes.
This is going to be exciting because when we get into playoffs,
Dude, this next week is fucking killer in the NL.
If I'm a Dodger,
the AL's blown out,
and you and I, if they go to the Dodger Stadium, we got to go to the game.
Well, if Milwaukee's got a better record though, so if they ended up playing, they would be playing in Milwaukee.
They have to. It's a 7 games.
Yeah. I'm just saying home field would be in Milwaukee, but if they play the Dodgers,
we'll
you and I are
we'll
going
take you
out there.
4-0 all the way. That's a good. It's best out of 7, right?
When's the last time the Dodgers did anything?
1987. Oh, okay. With Kirk Gibson.
Yeah, 88.
What about Milwaukee? When they do something?
They've been in the playoffs a lot more recent than the Dodgers.
We didn't talk about playoffs, bro. We just talked about championships.
Yeah, no, it's been longer.
Yeah,
undoubtedly. But the Dodgers have also had more talent than almost anyone in baseball, and still find a way to
Los Dodgers
blow that shit.
Hey, we're representing.
But I'm not gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate on the Dodgers.
And wait. Cole, before we go on, since we're in LA, do you mind us touching on the LA Lakers? Yes.
You mean the LA Braun Lakers?
Yes. I saw some good interviews with Magic Johnson and the other GM, and every player, they feel stacked from their starter and their backup in every 5 positions. And they're stoked.
No, they're not stacked at all. They still have too many. No, they have a bunch of babies on their team. They have LeBron and a bunch of babies.
These babies are growing up and they're loving it. And they're going to take it on. And what LeBron is.
They're still 2 years away at least from a title. But I will say, I did hear some shit about somebody was saying KD is going to be a fucking Laker. Have you heard that shit? Kevin Durant to be a Laker? Could he really turn his back on the Dubs already? That'd be weird. But I will say, on that team, the only one I really see being a superstar is Ingram.
Yes,
Ingram.
Kuzma.
No, Kuzma ain't
bro.
shit. No, Brandon Ingram.
He's playing.
That guy's a
He's
stud.
practicing against LeBron, and LeBron's going to make him a better player.
That doesn't mean shit.
Yes, you do.
People practice
Magic
against
Johnson
MVPs
said,
all year long. It doesn't
Magic
matter.
Johnson said the reason why he got so great is because Michael Cooper, greatest defensive player back in that time.
You're going to compare Kuzma to Michael Cooper?
No, but that's not what I'm saying. LeBron is going to make. You never know. He's a young kid. Kuzma's going to be the shit. Watch. He's going to be the number 2 player behind LeBron, and when we go there,
no.
I'll let you. You know what's cool?
I'm sorry, but I disagree. I respectfully disagree. Because there's not a fucking chance.
The reason why I'm saying this is when me and Kobe Bryant are having you side by side at the Laker game, talking to you about history, about the Laker game, I think you're going to appreciate what's going to happen this year.
No, I'm not going to appreciate any of it because I fucking hate the Lakers. So there's
you
not
probably
a
see a
chance.
Dodger championship and a Laker championship this year. That's strong.
Would you like to put your money where your mouth is?
Yeah, I would like to put my money that Green Bay will not win a championship.
No, you just said that the Dodgers and the Lakers are going to win a championship. So how much would you like to parlay your mouth on that in a cash form?
Okay. I put Dodgers in the championships. Let's make a bet. Dodgers in the.
You're saying the Dodgers are going to win a World Series?
No, they're going to be in the World Series. I don't.
Oh no, you just said win. You said win a World Championship. Now you're retracting. Now you're saying in, but maybe not win.
No. Let's bet Dodgers will win if they make it, because we still are not.
Well, you said they're winning, so they have to make it then.
Yeah.
So, what's it going to be?
We're going to win it all. And what do you want to bet?
You're saying the Dodgers win it all?
The Dodgers are going to take Milwaukee and go further than Milwaukee in everything they do.
Okay, so how about we do this? I got an idea. How about we make a bet who goes further, the Brewers or the Dodgers?
Okay.
Now, you're already in a lead in your division. We are not. We're still a half game out.
Naturally.
But I will still take that bet.
All right.
Because that's how confident I am on my Brewers. I know this is a stupid bet, but I don't care. Because I know the Dodgers ain't going to win shit. That's fine.
Okay. So, I don't know what we're going to bet.
So we'll bet dinner.
Okay.
Or lunch, like one of our reviews. We'll bet a review. Who picks up the tab? That's going to be a while before we get to that. So, I guess we'll just have to worry about the payment of the bet down the road.
We'll discuss that.
Fair enough. So,
let's talk about some UFC. Let's stay with the sports.
Yeah, we'll stick a little bit with sports.
Because honestly, the reason why I'm excited about I watched the press conference for the UFC Conor McGregor show, and I was fucking blown away, bro. We just on our last episode, episode 4, we had Jason Lee talk about his security.
That was 2 ago, but
he was on. I'm sorry, episode 5.
Oh yeah, 5. Okay, I was going by the number. You're right. Yeah.
We had
continue. Sorry,
Billy's best friend talk about his experience in the music industry, and what you guys didn't know at that particular time, he moved over to the UFC, and I took pictures.
Yeah, I saw the photo you took of him online.
Dude, he's holding Khabib.
Oh, he's all about it.
He's right behind.
In the mix. Yeah.
He is behind Dana White.
Yeah.
I saw him look at his stress, the way he was intense for our interview.
Mm-hmm.
It just blew me away on those stories. Now, what kind of stories does he have for the fucking UFC? And this is a guy I know we didn't really talk about. That's why you had the passes to DC and the Stipe fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited to have Jason.
Yeah, he was on tour
In
for
Russia,
the last 2
right?
weeks, and he was in Russia, and he was supposed to come home on Monday, and then he found out that he is not flying home. He is flying to New York City because the UFC decided that they were going to have a Khabib Conor McGregor
Press conference there.
presser in New York City of all fucking places, where the whole fucking shindig went down with the tour bus, and
That's the press
blah, blah.
interview I saw.
so here, okay. Now, mind you, of course, Connor is a great shit talker. He's great at the press conferences. He's kind of annoying.
No,
but he's fucking stupid. He goes overboard. But you know what? All these idiots that watch UFC
thought out too.
buy into that shit. They buy into his bullshit.
Everyone, but from Chell to all the commentators, they thought this guy was a lyrical genius on the mic.
I know they suck his dick when they listen to him.
He studies his opponents, and he doesn't let any. It's weird.
No, he just talks over everybody and yells. Like he doesn't impress me. I think he's a fucking idiot. I think he's a rambling idiot. But you know what? Whatever.
He's a comedian, bro.
It doesn't matter what I think. He's obviously doing it well.
And he's selling
and
tickets.
I know he's great for the UFC because
it's on pace to do.
They love that shit talking. They love that constant barrage of bullshit. Whether he wins or loses,
he's learned it. He's paying consequences.
Shit.
He fucked up.
And then for him to pull out his whiskey at the fucking event,
he's doing.
I hope Khabib murders him.
Dude, he's trying to compete with Jameson. We're in the liquor industry. I want to come out with my own bourbon, and this fucking guy blows me fucking away. The proper 12. This is going to be the direct competitor of Jameson.
There's no fucking way people are going to choose that over J-Mo. Not in his lifetime.
There's going to be a lot of Irish people that do that.
No, they won't. Do you know the fucking the affiliation that people have with fucking J-Mo and Powers?
It's a big California. It's like one of the biggest.
In California, J-Mo is huge, and his bullshit whiskey is not going to overtake that. Not a fucking chance.
He's
not a chance.
Anyways, if you have a chance to state that you're going to do and make a presence, and all those people are listening, he has a chance, bro. He has a better chance than no one else has a chance. When you have that kind of audience and you have that viewership, those people are drinkers.
I'll give him credit. Like I'm going to give him credit where credit's due. He's a good shit talker. He's a good presser guy. Like He's good at running his mouth.
Not just that, he has backed himself up through every scenario that
He's gotten beat when he ran his mouth. Nick Diaz kicked the shit out of him.
He didn't kick the shit. He barely tapped him out, and then
Barely tapped him out.
Anyone
He should have beat him the second time also.
When you get tapped out, bro.
Not Nate Diaz. My bad.
Know. But, their styles.
I'm taking it you're on Connor's dick right now. That's how you sound right now. Are you on the McGregor dick train? Is that what's going on?
I'm on the McGregor.
He's a piece of shit, dude.
Press
Why would
conference train because I like the way.
Why would you support a guy?
Because he's building up the audience.
Who hurts people on a bus that are fighters? He's throwing fucking dollies into windows that are hurting females on the bus.
Dude, that was
like,
wrong.
how can you fucking support this piece of shit? He's a piece of shit.
I didn't say
is what he is.
I didn't say what he was, but I'm just saying he's doing a good job as a press conference.
Well, yeah,
to promote
there's no
the fight.
denying it. I just said that too. It doesn't mean I'm gonna sit here and suck his dick like you just were. Like, come on.
Okay, who do you think's gonna win?
He's a fucking scumbag. I hope Khabib kicks the shit out of him, and I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna beat him.
So this fight, no matter what, let's say.
Listen, this fight.
It's
what you're
gonna
not
happen.
understanding is this fight is going to be
Real.
the biggest pay-per-view fight in UFC history.
They have to fight it out.
Now, what's going to happen is, no matter who wins, there's going to be one or two more of these fights. McGregor's already signed up for 6 more fights. There's no way he's going to fight 6 more times in UFC.
Yeah,
I find that hard to believe.
especially with that big contract.
His career is going to end with Khabib, my opinion. Either
Is he gonna be the Ronda Rousey? Like how she was like all this hype and then boom. Is he gonna?
I don't think he's gonna go out that bad.
You don't think he's the
I
real
think
talent?
Khabib's gonna fuck the real talent. I've seen him lose 3 times. Khabib's never lost.
Okay, so
He's 28-0.
let's hypothetically say he wins.
Say who wins?
Connor.
I don't
is he
care
gonna-
if he wins or not. It's going to be on some bullshit. I'll tell
Let's
you
say
right
he
now,
knocks him out
he's
like
not going to
Aldo.
knock him out. He's not going to knock him out.
All right.
He
That's
ain't
it.
knocking Khabib out. There's no fucking way.
Okay, let's make another bet on this fight. Let's make. I choose
Wow,
Connor.
I can't believe you're sucking Connor's dick, man. I can't believe it.
Hey, I've been watching.
He's
the press
such a
conference.
scumbag, though. Hey, but he's a scumbag. Like, how could you support that guy?
He's a salesman.
It doesn't matter. He's a scumbag.
I don't know about scumbag.
I do. I know people that work for him. He's a scumbag. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Alright.
Come on, man. Come on. The only reason he's still there is because of money, bro. You saw Dana White himself talk about how despicable of an act it was,
Yeah,
and
I
then
saw
boom,
that.
because
I
of
know.
money, all of a sudden he's got the fucking McGregor dildo up his ass again because he knows how much money he can make for it. Like, come on. This is getting WWE-ish. Like, let's
That's what
not
I'm
fool each
saying.
other. It's bullshit.
We'll see. I don't think this WD. I think this.
I'm not saying the fight will be bullshit.
This is not WWE. Let's find out. They're gonna
everything
have to meet,
outside the ring is WWE.
Okay, but they're gonna have to meet each other at that, and I really think he's prepared for him. And it's a mixed martial arts sport, and I just seen the way the guy trains. He blows me away.
You don't know anything about Khabib, clearly.
I watched everything.
You
in
don't know
fighting.
anything about Khabib.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right, you're the wrestler. You are the wrestler, so yes. See, I saw Khabib's last fight, and he was fighting against a striker. So
And he won. And he won.
he's not going to fight a Conor McGregor.
And he won. He is undefeated. Do you remember that?
And he hasn't lost a round. That is very true. He hasn't lost
Never even lost a round at 28-0.
until
And you're worried
until
about
I think
Conor
it's
McGregor?
October 7th or 8th. It's coming up around the corner. Dude, it's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah. No, it's coming up. You're right. It's coming up.
Are you going to get to
I'm
go?
sorry if I have a little angst about it. It's just I have friends that were hurt on that bus, so I'm a little pissed off about it. That whole incident in New York, I was a little pissed off about. Anyway, we'll move on from that. I do want to talk about a couple funny things that I thought were kind of interesting because we're getting too serious now. I did notice that now, I guess it's still on the sports thing, but the mascot for the University of Colorado, his name is Chip. They have those T-shirt cannons where they shoot T-shirts up into the crowd and shit. This fucking idiot I believe he had the t-shirt cannon like pointed around the wrong direction. Shot it off, shot himself right in the fucking balls, dude, and fucking dropped like a
Because those are the
bitch.
ones that are like,
Just
trying to post
boom,
on the
because
shirts.
those things fucking shoot
Yeah.
like a cannon. Boom, shot himself right in the nuts, dropped on the ground in his full mascot regalia. They had to take him away on a cart, and sure enough, homeboy did come back in the fourth quarter, in the second half, and like, whew, I'm fine,
There's no
After they
fine
pulled
from
his
that.
nuts out of his fucking intestines, I think.
That's a brave man to come out after
totally.
that. I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty funny. Another thing, like now, because we're approaching October, so we got to start talking about Halloween.
Yes.
We're gonna have a ton of Halloween shit to talk about.
This is the best time of the
But
year.
one thing, I know, I love it. Six Flags has released a challenge. Now, this has been out for about a week or so. I just got wind of it. Six Flags has a 30-hour coffin challenge where they're saying if you can spend 30 hours in a coffin, and they're saying a slightly used coffin. So I don't know if that means used by a dead body or used by one of their fucking
so it's
props
their,
on site.
It's their prop.
But it's 30-hour coffin challenge, and you could win up to $300. Now, could you sit in a coffin for 30 hours?
If I was a person that slept all the time and was comfortable,
Like a
that,
narcoleptic or some
Yeah.
shit?
Hey, let me get some sleep and get paid. This is my opportunities. So there's people that are different. I'm sure. Like I just had a fucking MRI, and felt like I was in a coffin situation.
Oh, did you go through that donut thing?
Yeah, and
Where
boom,
they
boom,
pin
boom.
your fucking
Yeah.
body down by a sheet?
And there's noises, bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam.
yeah. No, I did that because I thought I had a tumor in my neck, and I had to go through that where they pump you with fluids and put you through that donut, but they had to strap my arms down with a
that's
sheet.
CT scan, but
I was-
MRI, same premise. They put you in a.
Oh, you're right. That's CT scan. But I did MRIs are nothing though.
No, it's more claustrophobic. It's very similar.
No,
to the
then you're confusing the two because I had an MRI on my shoulder
Yeah.
recently, and I didn't have to do anything. They just put a wand on me.
Oh no! Do they put you in a little machine?
I got in the machine. Yeah, I went into a fucking chamber.
Okay. Yeah, you went to the chamber.
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
So they didn't make any noises, and you couldn't move.
Yeah.
You
No,
fe-
no. That's what I'm saying. They wrapped my body to the fucking bed with a
that's
sheet, so I
that's a
couldn't move.
That's a coffin type scenario.
Yeah.
So-
No, I freaked out.
Okay.
I had to have him pull me out.
Yes, so
and I
did
told
I.
him, like, you got to take the sheet off me. I promise I won't move, but you can't restrict me like this because I'll fucking lose my mind.
Okay, so imagine these people in the coffin.
I know there's no fucking way I could do it.
But-
Okay, now wait. Now I found out there's a loophole to this. So this makes it maybe doable. They're saying now they're offering a 6-minute restroom break every hour.
That's cool.
And
People need
they're
a restroom.
also, well, of course, otherwise you're going to shit yourself in a box. And they're also offering a phone charger. So if you think about it, like shit, I could fucking sit in a box with my phone.
You don't know if you can. Once your mind starts racing, that you're.
Yeah, but if you know that it's not, they're not burying you.
Okay.
You're just in a box.
All I know is I have sleep apnea. I'm not afraid to share it. So I have to actually wear a mask.
Oh, the CPAP?
Yeah, CPAP.
Okay.
So when I went in the MRI to help me breathe, I had to actually be kind of like uplifted. So like if you're not comfortable,
That shit's gnarly. No, I feel for you, bro. Like
claustrophobic.
I'm
is the worst
claustrophobic.
one.
Like,
and you start going like this and that, and it's like, get me out of here.
did they have you strapped down with a sheet? Like, did they have, like, I had to sit with my arms
Yeah.
with
They did-
my wrist to my side, and then they wrapped a sheet and tucked it in, and like, so I wouldn't move. And I'm like, no, y'all are fucking kidding me right now. Like,
It's not
pull me
fun.
the fuck out. And they were like, oh, okay, and they did. But I was like, look, if you're gonna put me in that fucking tube, like, you got to lose the sheet. I will keep my hands to my side, but I got to know that I can move them if I needed to. You know what I mean?
It's the worst feeling.
Dude,
to
it's
claustrophobic.
terrible.
So I couldn't even imagine these people. I don't even if they had little charger phone to play their little games. You still have to like.
Yeah, you still got to be in a box. And you and I are big guys, so it would have to be
Oh, yeah,
like. Can
some
you
people
imagine
are
if they
small.
put us in a smaller person coffin? Like, we'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
fuck that
this
noise.
is Halloween.
Yeah, this is I think
And
it's
what do they
starting
win?
now, but it's
What do they win?
It's well, one thing is you could win $300, which I think is bullshit for 30 hours, and you can win some other bullshit. I don't know.
At Magic Mountain?
Six Flags.
Okay, and then even Knott's Berry Farm, they have a little scary session for.
Oh, Not Scary Farm is fucking fun as shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like I went last year, that was fun.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm-
I'd never been, and I'm not into like haunted houses and shit like that. But no, it was fun. Like you can party and have a good
San Diego
time.
has a good time too with their downtown haunted houses also.
Yeah, they have down in Gaslamp. There's the haunted hotel downtown, and then there's the big haunted whatever the fuck they call it in Balboa Park. That's always a good one. They kill it. So we'll touch more on Halloween stuff as the weeks roll by. So there was one other story I want to get into that I thought was fucking crazy. So check this out. This I can't even believe I read this. This is a true story. So in Houston, there's a company, and I believe they have other locations, but they're trying to spread into Houston. It's a sex robot brothel that they're trying
That's
to
so
open
funny.
in Houston.
Last show we talked about real brothels.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
we're-
So now we're going into sex robot brothels.
Oh
So
my God.
how this works is you know how they have those like $15,000-$20,000 like sex dolls, you know, that have like.
These are like real person.
Well, they're not. No. They're not robots. Like they don't walk and fucking everything. They say robots because they'll blink an eye, and like maybe I don't know, move a hand or something. They're not like fucking.
So what you're saying? They're like what's those mannequins with motions?
It's a sex doll. It's a big sex doll.
And what you're saying is they're having a brothel now.
Yeah, this place is called Kinky's Dolls, and they have it to where you could rent one of these sex dolls in a room for 30 minutes or an hour and do whatever the fuck you want to it. And there's an uproar in Houston from some religious group because they're saying that
I uproar that. If honestly, nothing against like that, but like if you catch me doing that, I'd rather do virtual reality than that. I'd rather stay home with pornography than that. Like to like I know we.
But
want
how
them-
is virtual reality is just in your eyes? Like this for people they get to put their dick in something and these robots look like these. I keep saying robots. It's like they're sex dolls. They're glorified sex dolls.
But they will never want to be with a real person again, and they lose all that satisfaction out of that.
Well, that's kind of like what we talked about in an episode or two ago. Remember, I told you that guy like brought his fucking sex doll to a barbecue and shit, and he's married, and she's like totally fine with it, and he just sets this sex doll up. Did we not talk about that? I could have swore we talked about this. Well, we're gonna talk about this because there's these new sex dolls that are out that are like 20-25 grand.
Okay, so I watch HBO and I see everyone's openness to sexual exploration, but I know these subjects. I'm not going to judge, bro. I'm not going to judge. I never judge.
No,
but,
it's not about judging, but
I know to me.
Here's my opinion on it.
Okay.
With a sex doll, like, why would you want to put your dick in a rubber doll that a bunch of other scuzzy dudes put their dirty dicks in? You know what I mean?
But
like
someone would say that as a real person too. They don't know what.
Like I know, but like, I mean, are you fucking a doll with a condom? Obviously,
Yeah.
Or are they like sterilizing the doll? I don't know. This whole thing is weird to me. The biggest point that this religious movement against it had is that it's like training men to become rapists, which I don't agree with that necessarily. I don't think it makes you a rapist. I mean, I guess I can see where they're coming from because it's a doll, but
I think it's
and they're having their way with it, but it's a fucking doll. You
I
know, it's
know.
like a masturbation form.
I say, shoot, man. I don't want to say anyone's weird or anyone's this way or that way. And people are getting trained to do something, but these are not good habits.
But who are you to say it's not a good habit?
I agree. I'm not.
I mean,
all I know.
Realistically, we're talking about dudes going and.
But why not a real person?
Masturbating
Why not a real person?
Because that is against the law in Houston. Because prostitution is illegal. So what they're doing is they're going in and they're fucking a big giant hunk of rubber, is what realistically is going on. So you know what I mean? Like, and then technically they're breaking no laws, so no one can shut them down because they're not breaking any laws.
And what if they're not hurting other people too? So
I know. That's
it's
what I'm saying.
crazy.
I'm kind of perplexed about it. It's a fucking weird thing.
Okay,
Don't get me wrong. I would never go in and fuck a rubber doll in a fucking a robot brothel or whatever the fuck it is. Like, that's absurd. Like, even in my most horniest, singlest moments of my life, would I ever pay to rent a fucking rubber doll? Like, that's absurd to me. Is that not weird?
I'd rather go to the real brothel that we talked about.
Yeah. I'd rather just go back to the Del Mar Brigantine and fucking swoop up on a cougar and
I want to talk. I want to laugh. I want to
have
make them.
And have interaction and all that. Yeah,
all that
for
good
sure.
stuff. So
Again, I just thought it was weird that there was actually businesses renting out sex dolls in a brothel.
Shit,
That's kind of weird to me. Isn't that weird? That's fucking weird.
Hey, let's talk. We got some. You said I got next week. You're going to concert.
Yeah, tomorrow night. Jason Lee, who obviously is my buddy from the longtime concert industry, he invited me to go see Judas Priest and Deep Purple tomorrow night at Mattress Firm.
Nice.
So next week I'll definitely be giving
you get to get
a little
some
review
old
about
skinnies.
that.
Those are people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Priest. I don't know if either of them are technically in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yet. They might be, but maybe Deep Purple. But I don't think either of them are, honestly. There's no way they could be. Now that I think about it, it took fucking Led Zeppelin that long to get in. There's no way that Priest or Zeppelin or Priest or Purple is like.
I think Priest. We'll check it out. Let's find out.
There's no way Judas Priest is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They should be. Don't get me wrong.
So
I'm kind of weirded out though because Deep Purple's playing. I don't even know who the fuck's in Deep Purple anymore.
All right, to all our listeners, we're throwing out some classic rock bands and a metal band that Billy likes.
I was never a big Deep Purple guy, but definitely love Judas Priest. I love Rob Halford and all his little cutesy gay boy outfits. I don't give a fuck. I love that man. You kidding me? And he lives in San Diego. If I see him, I will shake his hand and slap on the ass. I don't give a fuck.
So that's the metal scene, right?
That's fucking Halford, bro.
But you like the punk rock scene, right?
Oh, I love the punk rock scene, and funny you mention that. Friends of Anthony, friends of the mighty AO. Next week, potentially, we're going to have a gentleman from the SD Punk website who is the interviewer and also a booking agent for SD Punk, who is still booking punk rock shows in San Diego. So I'm actually curious to talk to this guy because I used to work in the punk rock scene back in my 20s.
Yeah,
I worked in punk rock bars.
I'm interested to what questions of what music you like from your era to what's going on right now.
Well, it's not about my era. It's about the San Diego punk rock scene because I worked it. I lived it in the late 80s, early 90s here. I booked it. I did all that shit. So
I want to know what you guys have to say.
I'm
excited about that.
Yeah, it's going to be curious. I'm excited
that.
I'm excited to pick his brain about that stuff. So for sure, that should be our guest next week, if everything goes as well. Other than that,
dude,
I think
this was a beautiful fucking interview podcast today. I had fun. Thanks for. I think we had talk about good topics. I can't wait to next week.
We had a lot of like I was saying, bro. When we started, we've got so much shit. Like we're behind like about 4 days, but we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about next week.
What sponsors we have to top off our show? So
our final sponsor for the week is ORW, which is Off Road Warehouse here in San Diego. If you've got a Jeep, a 4Runner, an F-150, a Dodge, like any kind of 4-wheel drive, look no further. I say that a lot. I say the look no further thing.
No further than
but seriously, like there's only one shop to go to if you're an off-roader in San Diego, and that is Off Road Warehouse.
They were our sponsors for our Kaboo weekend.
They did hook us up with the Kaboo weekend. They gave us passes for the whole weekend, the Cabana, the corporate hideaway bar. Like,
you know what?
Off Road Warehouse hooked us up. They've got 4 locations. Their main one in San Diego is on Balboa. They got one in El Cajon, one in Temecula, Marietta border, and finally one in Escondido.
Much love.
Yeah, a lot of love to Off-Road Warehouse. They've actually lifted and pimped out my Jeep TJ, so I've got nothing but love for them.
All right,
so, anyway,
all right, guys. I love you, man.
Guys,
peace
love
out.
Your show, and we will see you in a week. Peace out.